Let's dive right in. Section 2, social selling for salespeople. It's why we're here today. Remember, if you have questions for me, send them, write them right on our Facebook page or put them into Twitter with the hashtag UDAdvantage. Now, I want to be very, very clear. Social selling is not for everyone, okay? It's not a way to avoid working. That's what some people think. But I've seen some people attempt social selling who happen to be the laziest person at the dealership, and it doesn't make them a bad person, but they try to take that same laziness approach to social selling, and it doesn't work. It's not a way to avoid working. Social selling requires work. The top social sellers I know are the busiest people in the dealership. So social selling requires work, but the rewards are great. And the best part about social selling is it's fun. It really is. Now, there are some common denominators of great salespeople and great social sellers, and I just want to take you through those. One is activity. It doesn't matter if they're social sellers or they're traditional salespeople. They generate a lot of activity. They're always doing something. They're always working. They're always working towards their goal. They're always generating content or doing something, picking up the phone. Great salespeople, 30-car salespeople who don't social sell are always working. The same thing with 30-car social sellers. The other thing about all successful salespeople, including social sellers, is that they are steady because they follow a process. And what I mean by that is the first week of the month is about the same as the last week of the month for them. The only thing that changes is maybe the dealership drove more traffic that last week of the month, so they get a little bit of a bump. Or maybe they are trying to hit some number, but the bottom line is they don't start out the first 2 weeks of the month going, oh my God, what am I going to do? Because they work a process all the time and their business is very steady. Number 3 is they're never desperate, okay? They know that by following their process and sticking to their processes, they will reap the rewards. They know that for every 10 irons in the fire, they're going to sell one. So they just keep lots of irons in the fire. All top salespeople I've ever met, including top social sellers, is they have a drive. They have a personal drive to be the best, and they are dissatisfied. They are constantly dissatisfied. They didn't come off of a 30-car April patting themselves on the back for 2 weeks, okay? They came off a 30-car April and said, you know what? I got to do 33 in May. And they started right away. They're dissatisfied with their performance because they know they can get better. They know they can work harder. And number 5 is they work for no one, okay? They work for no one but themselves. And that's good, actually. That's good for you dealers who are on saying, wait a minute, Steve, I want them to work for me. No, you don't. You want them to work for yourself because they're all selfish. They really are. Top salespeople are selfish. But here's the thing to understand about selfishness in sales. When you're selfish, great things happen. See, when you're selfish, you sell more cars, more houses, more furniture, more RVs, whatever it is you sell more of when you're selfish. When you're selfish, you make more money. But when you're selfish, people around you get promoted. See, top sellers maybe don't want to be the manager. And if they do, they're the ones that get promoted. But here's where it's good for you, Mr. Dealer. When your salespeople are selfish, you make more money. See, your company makes more money. When you're selfish, the customer gets a great experience because when you're selfish, the customer gets to buy your brand from you. So being selfish in sales is not a bad thing. And by the way, top salespeople and top social sellers, they know that sales is a numbers game. They know that doing something outsells doing nothing. And they know that process, even a bad process, outsells the opposite, meaning no process. And so they're willing to work those processes that are repeatable, and they're willing to do them month in, month out. Now, these are great to know in social selling, but we must add one thing when we talk about social selling, and that's different from top salespeople that don't do social selling. In social selling, sometimes less is more.